gorgeous down there. Good morning, guys. We are on our way over to Eastern Oregon for a riding adventure. Got some few friends, I'll introduce them to you in just a few minutes, but having a great time so far. So we're just heading out of Ripplebrook, which I think is about 25 miles east of Estacada in Oregon, and we're heading over further east in Oregon today. I'll introduce you to some places as we go along, but we're coming over Mount Hood right now and having a wonderful time. And I'm back on the Super Hawk. Yeah, thanks a lot for your comments about the last video. I've fixed my camera. I actually got a new camera, so hopefully it looks okay and the audio sounds good. But yeah, this is the VTR1000 from Honda. It's a 2001. As you rightly pointed out, guys, it went by the name Firestorm. It's just an absolutely beautiful day today. It's a little toasty actually, and it's going to get hotter in the week. I think the highs in the afternoons are 80s, going up to 90s by the end of the week. It's a Wednesday right now. I've taken a few days off work just to decompress and enjoy this wonderful motorcycle holiday on this vintage motorcycle. This is a 2001, so it's vintage now, right? I think it's the oldest bike in this whole group. Just beautiful. I'm sorry I haven't got the revs up yet, guys, but I might get a sneaky chance to do that along this ride. As you can see, lots and lots of fire damage. This was that massive fire that swept through this countryside a few years ago. Yeah, it was an absolute catastrophe. Oh, gorgeous down there. Wow. Not the worst place in the world to have a job like that. Whew. That is hot work. I've never been on some of these roads before, so it's been wonderful so far. We've been following the river for about 25 miles. And really not that much traffic either. Few bikes on the road today. This is an absolutely beautiful road. I've never been on it before, and it won't be my last, I can tell you. I can't wait to come back on my vintage bike and do this ride. It's gorgeous. I think this road was actually closed during the fires. Bruce warned us that there were a few potholes on this road. Some of them are so bad they've actually painted around them to warn motorcyclists. Like that one. Oh gosh. It's difficult when you have the shade and the dappled shade that's covering the road from the trees. You don't actually see them until it's too late. Well, I hope you're all doing great, guys. Yeah, thank you very much for your comments from my last video on this very bike. Actually, I was having some audio issues, so I sort of overlaid that music, but hopefully during this trip you'll get to hear the sound of this bike, and hopefully at a few higher revs than on that ride. That was a practice ride for me, and I was conscious we were just taking it nice and easy. But there are some wide open spaces on this route that I hope we can take advantage of. I feel like I should probably be on an adventure bike right now, but it's absolutely fine for this thing. I don't think we're going off-road. Hopefully not, anyway. We really are off the beaten track. Fun. So we have Bruce and Pam up front. You may recognise Bruce and Pam from their epic visits to the cul-de-sac. And thank you very much, Bruce and Pam, for organising this amazing trip so far. We've got 3 nights: Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, and then coming home on Saturday. think it's just under 1,000 miles that we're doing for this trip. Heading almost due east. Once we get a little south of Portland, Oregon, heading due east. I'm going to do a few little switchbacks, some little extra rides, and then head on back. This bike just goes around corners by itself. At these speeds, so easy to ride. It really is. Awesome bike. When I stopped for gas in Estacada, there's a young guy in front of me on a brand new bike, looked like it, and I was waiting behind him to get my gas. And he gets off and he goes, "Oh, old school." And I didn't know if he meant me or the bike, probably both. But I said, "Oh yeah," because I think of this as a pretty modern bike, but it's actually vintage. It's 2001, so it's already vintage. But I suppose, you know, if you're in your 20s and 30s, this is old. Wow. Mount Hood. Up ahead. Pam's pointing it out. Do you see the big mountain up there? Awesome. Oh, it's beautiful and fresh up here as well. Gorgeous, look at that. What a view. We're on the other side of Mount Hood now, on Highway 26, heading out towards central eastern Oregon. A lot more comfortable for this bike, and for the rider as well, pushing me up a little bit, giving a little bit of relief on my wrists and arms. Although Jeff has raised these bars quite significantly, I understand, from the original configuration, which he said was a little brutal. Oh, it has so much power, this bike. Can you believe it? For a 23-year-old bike. It's so good. We are still in the Mount Hood National Forest, but we're headed towards what they call the high desert area on the east side of Mount Hood, and you'll see it gets a lot more arid and a lot more deserty. It's great. Actually, there are some native American Indian reservations over here as well. I think we're taking a break. If I could get my leg off, it'd be a lot better.
Everybody okay?
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for running sweet.
Oh yeah.
Well, that was a very nice break. Just had a few sandwiches and snacks. We're just off again. We're going to get some more fuel. Then we have a long straight. And wiped all the bugs off our visors and screens. Morning. What a great place. Bruce was telling me that this used to be a hustly, bustly place where they used to bring all the sheep for the wool for Pendleton. You may have heard of Pendleton Woolen Mills. But now it's a bit quiet. Okay, I'm just trying to get my leg over this damn thing. Legs are too small. I think we're about halfway, they were saying. Feels longer. Feels like we've been riding a long time, but no, it's great. Having a great time.